way to change a man is being truly who truly you are. Otherwise, you'll be a hypocrite. If you are changing something, you have to change something to reflect something. But are you a perfect person? Mm-hmm. So how can you change someone who is imperfect to become imperfect? Because the thing is, your blueprint is you, and you are not perfect. So does it mean that, Pastor, do I have to put up with what is going on? No, you don't. But how do you do it? Right? To want to change, be the change.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
To want a change, be the change. And that is what? You see, I believe God in His wisdom. And this is what, by His grace, humbly, I have noticed. I have not read it in you, but I believe God in His wisdom. Because the thing is, He puts people together to live the rest of their lives. That in God's economy, there's no room for divorce.
Amen.
And the state is loud and clear. In Malachi chapter 2, verse 15, I hate divorce. He says it loud and clear. So when He puts you together, it is what? Till death do you part. And that is the law of God, the Mosaic law in Romans chapter 7, verse 1. The woman is only free from her husband to marry when the husband dies. Natural death.
Or adultery.
And then you read it. That is the gospel according to Hillel. You're about to finish.
Oh, it doesn't say that?
Romans chapter 7.
What was
Romans
that,
chapter
Malachi?
7. I gave you Malachi. When it says in Malachi 2:15, God says, I hate divorce. Malachi 7:1 actually talks about the woman is free from her husband when the man dies. But I'm talking about natural death. So don't just go
Don't go and kill him.
Don't go and kill him.
Trying to kill him. Run him over with a car. You dead. I'm free.
You better die for me to get out of this mess. But listen, let me talk about this. To want the change, be the change. And let me tell you this, change is infectious. Jesus came to this world. He didn't come with a force of arms to change people, and He could have. He didn't bring hordes of angels to come and what? Put, swords at the necks of the change. He didn't, right? But He came to model change. He modeled love. He modeled forgiveness. He modeled the best virtues of life. You see, that is what says we Christians aside. You see, Christianity is a way of life. It is not too much talk. It is not too much, preaching. It is a way of life. Whose life? Not my life, because my life stinks. But the life of the only Son of God, who is the express image of the invisible Father. So when our life is fully conformed to Jesus, I tell you, you will change. You see, what does the Bible say? Talking about change. I think I better hang out here. Go to, First Peter, get to First Peter chapter 3, and read verses 2 and 3 for me. Verses 2 and 3. And let us see how this attitude, conformity to Jesus, is a powerful instrument in the marital homes.
First Peter chapter 3.
Chapter 3, verse 2. Please.
When they observe your chaste conduct accompanied by fear.
Chaste conduct. Yes. Okay, read verses 1 and 2 for me.
Okay. Wives, likewise, be submissive to your own husband, that even if someone do not obey the word, they without a word may be won by the conduct of their wives. When they observe your chaste conduct accompanied by fear. Do not let your adornment be merely
Okay,
outward.
just wait a minute. Thank you so much. He says, when they observe your chaste conduct, other person says, when they observe your conduct, that has no complaints. Because if the man is complain happy, you are not giving him any cause to complain anymore.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
And people who are even censorious and critical of you have nothing to say about it. You see, the book of Titus chapter 2, verse 7, it says, even your enemies will be ashamed because they have nothing bad to say about you. You are too perfect. You are doing everything right, so they have nothing to say. Your mother-in-law, your sister, your in-laws come to the house, and everything is. People who are always looking for an occasion to say something have nothing to say. But what I'm saying is this. That God sometimes will, like in the children of Israel, he says what? In the book of Judges, he left some people in the land to teach them how to fight. He didn't kick all the Gentiles off to give them. He left them to teach them how to fight. So sometimes God will leave certain things so that you don't become complacent. It will teach you to pray, to teach you to believe, it will teach you to seek God more, it will teach you to draw closer to God. Oh God, why don't you change him? He's a nice man. When you look at maybe your list, maybe he has got 8 qualities that are sound, but 2 you don't like. One particular friend will want this guy out of, and the thing is, that is his bosom friend.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That is the truth.
I will pray that God, I don't want to see this man in my house. But he has told you point blank, I'm not going to let this guy go because of you. And you don't know how to deal with it. And you see him coming to the house, you hear the man's voices. And you have prayed every prayer, God, this man, there's something away.
And he'll be more present.
And the guy will be coming all the time. Because God is saying that you don't have, because God is saying you don't have an accepting spirit.
Not for demons.
God is teaching you how to be accepting, how to be tolerant, how to be patient, how to be loving. He knows that you need that. That's why you bring in the guy to shape you so that you will be a loving person, an accepting person, and then you will not be what? Me. That's why that person, because you two have got rough ends. That needs to be what? Smooth. Don't do that. That's why he reserves some things in the guy to challenge you, challenge your faith, challenge your Christianity. Makes you cry a bit. Sometimes you beg, can you just do this for me? You look at you and then you walk away. Because you are trying to what? To manage. First, maybe some of you will get, listen, those tears, emotional manipulation, you'll be able to get by for some time. But if you are not careful, they are good, but reserve it. If you start showing it too early
and too much,
you are going to what?
Give him a man to those kids.
No, that. Oh God, I love this class. I love this class.
Oh my goodness.
You don't want to be showing me too much of your tears.
The Lord knows the secret.
Oh my goodness.
Because one day you will cry and break your heart and you will just walk away.
You step right all over you.
You will follow him and say, he won't even back. Because you have done it to him so many times, but now you know that you are just, yes. So at the time that you really are serious with your tears, you just walk away. If you go out and kill myself, then kill yourself.